everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here with you again. Now, as you may know, if you've been keeping up on my channel, I've started counting down the top 200 greatest guitar riffs of all time according to the website Digital Dream Door, and doing quick tutorials for each of them as we count them down. Short, rather to-the-point lessons dealing mostly with great classic and well-known guitar riffs. The 200 best, if you will. Now, we started a few days ago with Vertigo by U2 at number 200, and we're going to continue today with number 199 on the list, which oddly enough is also by U2 and the opening riff to Sunday Bloody Sunday. And with that said, let's close in here a little bit, get started, shall we, with the Edge, U2, and the opening riff to Sunday Bloody Sunday. Going to show you the whole track pretty much, actually, so let's get started. All right then, number 199 on our list is Sunday Bloody Sunday by the Edge and U2 from War. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial. However, the studio version of this one is tuned down a half step, so know that. If you're playing along with a backing track or the studio version, you're going to have to tune down a half step. But for simplicity purposes, going to keep this one in standard tuning. Everybody knows this riff goes a little something like this. Right, that right there. So we're working just on the top three strings. We're playing little triads here. B minor to D to G6. So we're starting with this D chord here. Not your traditional D that you would finger like that, but with a bar on the second fret of the top three strings with your index, middle finger on the 3 of the B. Little D chord, right? However, we're starting with our ring finger on the 4 of the G, which is a little B minor triad, right? We're going to ride down the top three strings and back up to the B string. Right? And then we're going to lift that 4 of the G off to the D. And do the exact same thing. Just ride down the top three strings back up to the B string. So it's like a little B minor over D, right? Now here comes the tricky part. Now we're going to lift the bar off of the 2s, and we're just holding the 3 of the B with our middle finger. And you kind of have to get on the tippy tip of your finger there because you do not want to mute out the G string and the high E. And we're going to ride down the top three strings back up to the B string twice. And then before repeating, you're going to go back up to the G string, right? And then drop everything back in place and repeat. Right, and that is the riff. You're going to repeat that 4 times at the beginning of this track, and then you're going to drop into a lightly strummed D. I'm still fingering it like this. You don't have to at this point. You can drop into a regular D, off to E minor, lightly strum that, back to D, and then back to E minor twice. Right, and then we drop into the heavier guitars with this. That right there. So we're using 4 chords, B, 3-finger B power chord at the 7th fret position, D major, 5th fret position, moving it up 5 spots to G, and at the tail end of the second playthrough of this chord progression, we're going to take that G, slide it up to A and back to G. So we're kick-starting this with a bunch of mutes, like 5 mutes. Kind of like that, down, up, down, right? And then we're going to drop into this B, catch it initially on the upstroke and then the downstroke. Right, and then we're going to move it off to D and do the same thing. However, there's a lot of chickas going on here between these chord changes. Basically a down, up, down, because you want to catch each of these chords on the upstroke initially. And you hang in that G for an extra measure before repeating, right? And repeat. However, the second time you play through that chord progression and drop into G, the second half of the 2 measures that were hanging in G, you're going to take that G, slide it up 2 spots to A, and then back to G, kind of like this. Right, and then repeat. However, at this point during the verse, we're not going to continue that progression. We're going to drop back to the main riff again for 5 repeats. Right? 3 times to finish up the verse, and then he's going to sing the chorus over it twice. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Right, and then we're into the harmonics. Right there, that we're going to repeat twice. 7th fret D down to 7th fret G. Right, over the wire. And then 5 and 5. From D to G, and then 7 of the B up to 7 of the G. Right, and repeat twice. And then back to the main riff. Or that riff, not the main riff, which is this. Right? And that is pretty much how you play the entirety of Sunday Bloody Sunday minus the guitar solo. And there you go, number 199 on Digital Dream Door's Top 200 Greatest Guitar Riffs of All Time and Sunday Bloody Sunday. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you. And we will see you next time with number 198 and Porcupine Tree. Gotta go learn that one right now. We'll see you then. Cheers.